Right now at noon, as the longest government shutdown goes into day 41, are we seeing a breakthrough?
And warmer temperatures are on the rise.
Plus, a look inside the newly renovated Lamar Police Department.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
More than 40 days into the government shutdown, and there's new hope it could end as soon as this week. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Samantha Walker. Senators meeting through the weekend negotiated a breakthrough deal with enough moderate Democrats signing on to move it forward. Natalie Brand has the latest from the White House.
Senators returned to Capitol Hill this morning with optimism the record-long government shutdown could soon end. 7 Democrats and an independent voted with Senate Republicans late Sunday to advance a House-passed short-term funding measure.
The motion upon reconsideration is agreed to.
Under a compromise deal negotiated by moderates, that bill would be amended to fund the government through January, reverse shutdown-related federal layoffs, and guarantee back pay to all federal employees. It also includes 3 longer appropriations bills for certain agencies, including agriculture, which funds SNAP.
Keeping the government shut down for another week or another month doesn't indicate that there would be any change in the outcome. All it would mean is that more Americans would suffer.
The deal also promises a Senate vote on health care in early December, but without a guarantee to extend the Enhanced Affordable Care Act tax credits. A number of Democrats are calling this plan a mistake.
You can get 100 votes here in the Senate. Won't mean anything because the House is not going to take it up, and the President of the United States certainly will not sign it.
The agreement must still be approved by the Senate and the House. It comes as the impacts of this shutdown are reaching a boiling point for federal workers, air travelers, and those who rely on federal food assistance. Food pantries across the country saw long lines this weekend as the Trump administration ordered states to undo steps taken to restore full SNAP benefits, with a legal fight still playing out.
If we don't get SNAP until the shutdown's over, we could end up literally starving.
As for those trying to travel, thousands of flights were canceled or delayed this weekend as the FAA began to phase in cuts at major airports. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warned the 10% cut in flights will go even higher if the shutdown doesn't end soon. Now let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney for a look at the forecast.
Temperatures are still very cold today. Now we're several degrees cooler this time today than this time yesterday. However, that changes a little bit later as those temperatures fell yesterday afternoon. Now, currently, it feels like we're still in the upper 20s to low 30s, though actual temperatures are starting to push into the mid 30s. Now, outside of cold temperatures, we don't have much else going on today. A few clouds, but overall a pretty mild day. Sunshine all day long, and then temperatures again reaching the upper 30s to just about 40, 41 degrees. Tonight we'll drop back down below freezing into the upper 20s, so several degrees cooler than what they were yesterday or early this morning. And then we'll continue to see those temperatures rise through the next couple of days. Tomorrow, upper 50s, Wednesday, upper 60s, and then Thursday we're going to get into the low 70s. That lasts all the way through the weekend before our next front approaches, but I'm going to have all those details coming up.
Thanks, Lindsay. Joplin SWAT served a warrant Saturday evening in the Easttown neighborhood. Officers blocked roads around the 900 block of East Valley Street as SWAT arrived with armored vehicles and issued bullhorn announcements. Joplin police say the warrant was part of an ongoing investigation. Several people were detained from the home, but it's unclear if any were arrested or charged. SWAT cleared the scene around 7:20 and detectives remained on site to continue the investigation. A fire in Neosho on Friday destroys a home. Authorities call it a complete loss. Just after 4 a.m. Friday morning, authorities were alerted to a structure fire on Opal Lane, southwest of Neosho. The residence was reported to be vacant. Neosho Rural Fire and Goodman Fire responded. On arrival, crews faced smoke and flames from a single-story wood frame trailer house. No one was inside the residence and no firefighters were injured fighting the fire. The home is a total loss. Neosho Fire Chief Aaron Houck tells the KOAM that they contacted the Missouri State Fire Marshal to assist the investigation with the Newton County Sheriff's Office. If you have any information, you can submit a tip online. Well, the Lamar Police Department has more room to serve and protect the community. After several months of renovation, the Lamar PD unveils its new crime-fighting facility. KOAM's Mitch Adams takes us inside.
Lamar Police is now utilizing its freshly renovated space on Broadway Street. The updated building went from around 1,000 square feet to over 6,000 square feet of workspace.
So far, the ergonomics of the building has worked out exactly like I was hoping. The officers are not crowded. Each officer has their own workstation in the report room. The supervisors have their office that they can go to.
According to officials, a reason the updates, like a soft color of paint and new interview rooms, are necessary is to make the public feel more comfortable in the police station.
The comfort is amazing here. It's new, it's a new welcome home for everybody, and the officers so far have had nothing but great things to say about the facility.
The project, which was thought to be completed in 9 months to a year, was completed in a 6-month time span. Lamar's chief of police says that the new spaces aren't just for the police department, they're for the community as a whole.
I want this place to reflect positive on the community, and I want them to have some ownership in it, because this is not just for the police department. This is for the community, and I want them to be able to be proud of this facility.
Reporting in Lamar, Missouri, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
A ribbon-cutting ceremony for the police station will take place in the coming weeks. Well, the Knights of Columbus in Girard hosted their annual Farm Toy Show this weekend. The event ran from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and featured about a dozen vendors with 37 tables filled with toy tractors, Hot Wheels, collectible cars, and more. It was a perfect stop for holiday shoppers, with all proceeds benefiting charities supported by the Knights of Columbus. Lunch was also provided, making it a fun and family-friendly way to support a good cause. Well, the Ronald McDonald House in Joplin kicked off their annual Gift of Light, Gift of Love donation campaign this weekend. Santa made his first appearance of the season, and he helped light the tree and lights at the house located at 34th and Jackson. They invited everyone inside for some cocoa and a chance to get out of the winds that kicked up. The Ronald McDonald House provides a place for families to stay while their children are patients at Mercy or Freeman Hospital in Joplin. Well, coming up, community members come together to celebrate and honor local veterans. And later, we're making a frontier chicken noodle casserole in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Well, students, staff, and community members filled the Galena Performing Arts Center for the school's annual Veterans Day program. It was a day of music, reflection, and gratitude. The keynote speaker, a Galena graduate and veteran, shared how leaving home helped him appreciate what makes this community special.
Whether you decide to join the military, whether you decide to attend college, whether you decide to participate in a trade school, all of those are okay. You can live a wonderful life doing whatever you want, but whatever it is you choose to do and wherever it is you choose to go, I beg you, take opportunities, hold yourself accountable, and never forget to serve each other along the way.
The event wrapped up with lunch, giving students and veterans a chance to connect beyond the program. Well, veterans and community members gathered at Memorial Auditorium in Pittsburgh to honor those who have served. Crawford County Mental Health hosted the event as part of their support program for service members, veterans, and their families. Staff and volunteers served lunch to attendees, while local veterans helped prepare the meal themselves.
I think a lot of the challenges, there's a lot, but picking out certain ones would be integrating back into civilian life. Just the way we talk, act, all of those things are much different, and so integrating ourselves back it can be complicated. Even within our own lives and our homes, it can be a challenge.
Curry also said events like this bring the community together year-round to support local heroes and help ensure no veteran faces their challenges alone. Well, Versa Canines for Vets, a veteran-based organization in Northeast Oklahoma, held a raffle to give away a pickup truck. The raffle was open to the public, but the winner ended up being none other than a fellow veteran. The recipient of the truck, Aaron Webb, says winning the vehicle was an amazing and unexpected surprise.
My daughter actually, as soon as I told her, she ran out of her room and came to me, and then she was looking it up on Facebook, and we found the video, and it was just like pure shock.
Don't forget that Veterans Day takes place tomorrow on Tuesday. You can see all the Veterans Day event happenings in our area on our website, KYMNewsNow.com. Well, still to come on KYM News at noon, Mr. Food.
With tomorrow being Veterans Day, we have just the thing to honor a vet. It's perfect if you have an appetite for making others feel good.
And after a cold start to our week, we're warming back up. I'll have those details right after this. Well, it was a very cold start this morning. Now we can go ahead and take a look at our current temperatures outside. 32 degrees in Joplin, so we're starting to warm up just above freezing, but it's still 31 in Carthage. 30 in Monette, so a very, very cold start. Now we have these northerly winds. Luckily for us, most of the day today, they're pretty light, but we're still much cooler today than we were this time yesterday. That front really started to change temperatures by mid to late afternoon on Sunday, and it dropped our temperatures this morning down to the low 20s. So it's a cold start. Now, as we head through the rest of the day, it's going to even out from where we were yesterday to where we're going to be later on this afternoon. Now, even though our temperatures are starting to become above freezing, it still feels like we're in the 20s out there. So just a couple of degrees cooler because those winds are lighter. We're not experiencing a much more drastic wind chill value. But other than that, I mean, we get a lot of sunshine today, a few clouds, but not too terrible. We do have a warm front approaching. So there you can see where that line is moving through. That warm front is going to start to warm us up through the rest of the week. Now, taking a look at downtown Pittsburgh, it is super sunny. We've got a clear sky, so even though it's cold and you're going to need a jacket, it might feel a little bit better, especially when you're in that sunshine. But if you like the warm, you're in store because the rest of the week, we've got temperatures in the upper 50s on Tuesday, upper 60s on Wednesday, low 70s on Thursday. Now, winds do start to pick up a bit on Tuesday, and as those temperatures warm up, we get a lot of sunshine and higher wind gusts up to 40 to 45 miles per hour. Now, regular wind speed will be about 20-25 miles per hour with these strong wind gusts. That could cause elevated fire risk. That lasts through the morning and into early afternoon. So here we are. Mid-morning to late morning, winds gusting 30-35 miles per hour. They do start to die down by early afternoon, but with moisture content so low, that's going to be our biggest concern for Tuesday. Very mild day other than the wind speed and the elevated fire concerns. Now, as we move through the rest of the week, it's going to be a very, very, very mild week. Temperatures slightly above average in the upper 60s and low 70s. And then we just have this very wide ridge set up in the area. It's just a high pressure system, meaning we just get very consistent, warm, and calm weather through the entire week. Sunshine, few clouds roll in on Friday, and then as we approach the weekend, Saturday, here we have a low pressure system. Now, we're still on the long range model. This low looks to be trying to cut off from our upper level jet stream. That happens, then that delays that low approaching our area, so we could see this being pushed off until Sunday. But if it does not cut off from the upper level flow, then we could have a line of storms approaching by Saturday afternoon into early evening. But what it's trying to show is all of these rain showers and thunderstorms moving in on Sunday. If that happens, we won't have as strong of a threat for severe weather or any strong storms because it'll be raining all day on Sunday. And then that line of storms finally moves in by Sunday afternoon with little energy left in the atmosphere. Finally, all of that pushes out past us at the start of next week, where temperatures will drop from the 70s into the 50s next week. But until then, I mean, very calm couple of days. Windy on Tuesday, fire weather concerns, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, very warm. I mean, it won't feel like November, that's for sure. It's going to be about 10 degrees above average for the rest of the work week.
I know, I was dreading this morning when I walked out and I was like, it is so cold. But then I had to remind myself, this is seasonal. Like, yes. This is what November is supposed to feel like.
Yeah, I know.
We've been spoiled.
We have been. I enjoyed the cooler weather this morning, though. It was a nice reminder that we are in November.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Lindsay. Stick around. We're making Frontier chicken noodle casserole in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. With these colder temperatures, you're probably looking for an easy dinner option that's hot and hearty. This Frontier chicken noodle casserole is exactly that. Howard shows us how to make it in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
With tomorrow being Veterans Day, We thought we'd whip up a casserole that's not only comforting, but one that's easy enough so we can make two with the same amount of work as one. One for us and one to share with a vet or their family. Sorta consider this a small thank you for all they've done. We start by mixing together some cooked chicken breast that we've cut up, chopped celery, some cooked egg noodles, a bit of mayo, a can of cream of chicken soup, and a few seasonings. After that's tossed together, we spoon it into a casserole dish and top it off with some crushed potato chips. This adds so much crunch. At this point, it's ready to share. So if you know a veteran, make one of these for them. If not, call your local VA office and see if they can steer you in the right direction. And once you bake yours, get ready for lots of oohs and ahs. It's that good. In addition to warming your belly, this will also warm your heart, knowing you're honoring a vet. I hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our Frontier Chicken and Noodle Casserole so you can have it on hand the next time you want a hearty dinner for your family, or so you can share it. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we're looking for a way to honor our vets, because they're the reason we can all say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
Well, temperatures are going to start to warm up. Now today will be in the upper 30s, low 40s, but as we head through the rest of the week, Tuesday, upper 50s, a bit windy, so we have some fire weather concerns. Upper 60s on Wednesday, and then 70s through the rest of the week before a front approaches Saturday and into Sunday.
Well, thank you, Lindsay. What do you have coming up for us tonight at 5?
Well, a lot's coming up at 5. For starters, a trip to the bank means a stop at the ATM, the automated treats machine. Details on how brick and mortar banks are hoping to use man's best friend to unplug customers from the digital banking world and have them step into actual store branches. Plus, Pitt State breaks ground on its future prove-out facility, and the Salvation Army of Jasper and Newton counties kicks off its bell ringing season. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's coming up today, KOAM News at 5.
Well, those sound great, Dow. Thank you so much. That's the news for now. Thank you for joining us for KOAM News at noon. Have a great afternoon.